While the X Games may be a fairly recent professional sport compared to some of the household sports like football or basketball, there is no doubt it has a raving fan base. And even in its fairly brief history so far, there are some standout moments. That is why we are breaking down the top 10 historical X Games moments. But before we do, be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new content. Now let's get into it. Number 10, Mat Hoffman No-Handed 900 BMX Vert 2002. A top 10 X Games moment is undoubtedly when Mat Hoffman landed the no-handed 900 in BMX Vert and was promptly mobbed with congratulations on the halfpipe. No one could pull it off again until Steve McCann 9 years later. The Condor is known today for his attempts to push BMX upward, literally being the first person to attempt Big Air on a 24-foot quarter pipe, but his no-handed 900 is up there among his highest flying achievements. Mat Hoffman once told reporters, "I remember asking my wife Jackie to stand where I could see her with our daughter Giannis to give me some inspiration for something new I was going to try. I looked at them, took a big breath, and rolled in. I did a setup air, next wall and no-hander for a warm-up, then snapped the lip for my 900. The moment I snapped the lip of the ramp, I thought to myself I spun it too hard, but then I took my hands off and it slowed my rotation, so I left my arms off a little longer and it corrected my spin, and I landed on point and rolled away." Number 9, Ryan Williams Backflip Drop-In BMX Big Air 2019. Ryan Williams, or Willie, has become a household name within the Nitro Circus circuit for his seemingly fearless attitude and continued progression of both scooter and BMX tricks. He is the first to land a triple backflip on a scooter and a triple front flip on BMX. Williams landed at number 23 on the 25 Greatest X Games Moments for his creative drop-in in the BMX Big Air competition at X Games Minneapolis 2019, becoming the first ever to backflip into it. The run earned him his third consecutive gold medal in the event. Williams has told reporters, "The only practice I had for the first backflip drop on the mega ramp was from a house session on a makeshift setup at a local indoor skate park. That drop was 5 feet and the mega ramp drop is 80 feet, but I knew it was time to make it or break it." Number 8, Leticia Bufoni, first X Games gold in Brazil, Skateboard Street 2013. Brazilian skateboarder Leticia Bufoni is one of the best-known women competing in the sport today, but she really put herself on the map when she won her first X Games gold medal in front of her home country fans in Brazil. That same year, Bufoni was nominated for the Best Female Action Sports ESPY Award, and by 2018, Forbes named her one of the most powerful women in international sports. Bufoni's first gold medal almost didn't happen in her home country, however. She had minor surgery on her ankle a couple weeks before the competition. In addition to being remembered for her golden hardware, however, fans who were watching the ABC broadcast will also never forget Bufoni's post-competition interview in which she accidentally dropped an F-bomb. "It was my first time winning an X Games gold medal, so I was extremely excited," Bufoni says. "To win in front of my home country was truly amazing. I was so happy. I threw my board into the crowd and didn't realize I was on live TV when I was being interviewed." Number 7, Colton Satterfield, Double Flare BMX Big Air 2015. Is there anything better in sports than a walk-off win? Because that's exactly what Colton Satterfield got in 2015 at X Games Austin when he successfully defended his BMX Big Air gold medal on the third and final run of the competition. Satterfield became the first rider to land a double flare, a double backflip with a 180-degree rotation, on the mega ramp and the second overall. The first, of course, was BMX legend Kevin Robinson, who died of a stroke in 2017. Fittingly, it was Robinson who was on the mic when Satterfield finally stomped the trick. "I was inspired to ride the Big Air ramp by Kevin Robinson, which is a level of competition I liken to Formula One. It is another level," Satterfield says. "He was the only one to ever do a double flare on a vert-type ramp, and even attempted it once on Big Air. When I began learning it, he gave me the pointers to do it correctly." Colton told reporters, "It is a very fitting that he announced me pulling that. He got me on the ramp initially, he encouraged me to progress on it. He inspired me as a kid, from a picture on my wall To believe I could do what seemed impossible as he did. He became a great friend and mentor. Satterfield considers that moment a big achievement for both Robinson and himself. He says he will always look back on it as a testament that a little inspiration and love goes a very long way. A truly epic full-circle moment. Number 6. Ryan Sheckler, youngest gold medalist in X Games history, Skateboard Park, 2003. It was a record that stood for 14 years until a talented female skateboarder just a few months younger came on the scene and dethroned Ryan Sheckler as the youngest gold medalist in X Games history. When Sheckler did it in 2003, he was 13 years and 6 months old. Sheckler told reporters, "The first memory that comes to mind was how excited I was to show my grandma my medal. That and the memory of me going to school the next day or so wearing the medal. I was barely a teenager. It was a surreal experience at that age." We all know how Sheckler's career took off after that moment. He reached a whole new swath of fans with his MTV reality series Life of Ryan, which premiered in 2007, and later the Red Bull TV series Sheckler Sessions. But the memory of his gold medal win in the 2003 Skateboard Park contest serves to ground Sheckler, who has become famous for so many other pursuits that are important to skateboarding, to his love of the sport itself. Number 5. Brighton Zoiner, youngest gold medalist in X Games history, Skateboard Park, 2017. One of the most promising young American skateboarders today is 15-year-old Brighton Zoiner. She is part of the inaugural Team USA Women's Skateboarding National Team and may represent her country when skateboarding makes its debut in the rescheduled Tokyo 2021 Olympics. However, Olympics or not, X Games will always hold a special place in Zoiner's history and she in its. In 2017, at 13 years and 1 day old, she surpassed Ryan Sheckler to become the youngest gold medalist when she won the Skateboard Park contest. Zoiner told reporters, "What an honor to be included in this group. The night I won gold was awesome. I'll never forget it. Probably the most nervous I've ever been. I turned 13 the day before, and Red Bull threw a surprise party for me to add me to their team. My favorite part of the night was when Ryan Sheckler leaned over to my family and me and said, 'I'll be happy for you if you take the youngest gold medalist title from me tomorrow.' I immediately got sick with nerves. In that year's contest, the women only had 2 runs to land something worthy of a podium spot. It was intense," Zoiner says. "I was lucky enough to land a run and it worked." Zoiner would also become the youngest back-to-back gold medalist when she successfully defended her title at X Games Minneapolis 2018. Number 4. Travis Pastrana, double backflip, Moto X best trick 2006. Even among those who don't regularly follow action sports, there are 2 tricks claimed for the first time at an X Games event that anyone would describe if prompted. One is Tony Hawk's 900 in 1999, and the other is Travis Pastrana's double backflip, the first in a Moto X competition. While tricks like those will forever be celebrated for the way they progress their respective sports, one could argue that Pastrana's double backflip is the most compelling trick ever witnessed at X Games. The progression factor is undeniable, but there's also the sheer danger of it. And when you're talking about extreme sports, the danger is baked in. Number 3. Jake Brown's epic 50-foot fall, 2007. Brown had the most disgusting and terrifying fall that anyone could witness. The impact looked brutal and you feared for his life. However, Brown was a warrior. Despite suffering a fractured wrist, fractured vertebrae, and a bruised liver, a bruised lung, and a ruptured spleen, and a concussion, well, he was still able to walk away. Number 2. Danny Way's infamous 2008 Big Air Slam and comeback. Now, if you want to be inspired, look no further than Danny Way. After a thunderous slam during his first run on the mega ramp, Way appeared to be badly injured and forced out of the competition. But Way was no ordinary man. He came back and pulled off some incredible stunts, finishing all 4 runs and even grabbing a silver medal. Number 1. Shaun White battles PLG for the gold in Skateboard Vert, 2011. The legendary Shaun White gave the fans something to remember when he battled rival Pierre-Luc Gagnon for the gold in 2011 before ultimately flexing his muscles and reminding everyone that, hey, he's Shaun White. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new content. This has been our breakdown of the top 10 historical X Games moments.